Okay, so welcome to altv life. So I'm going to demonstrate some of the things and some of the features that currently exist in this. And in order to do that, we're going to need to reconnect. But first, well, actually, we'll take care of that later. So we'll do a reconnect first. So here you are. This is the first screen that you're going to see when you connect to the server. You're going to copy this token here. Inside of the respective server that is running ORP, and that's what we use on altv life, since that's the framework that I wrote. You talk to your bot, and you send, or the bot that's there, you send them a login command, and it logs you into the server through Discord. So your account is tied to Discord. So here we have a list of like skills and everything else as well. We can switch between characters and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new character here. And we're going to be teleported in to begin the creation of our character. So we can zoom in and out. We can change the position of the camera. We can also rotate as well. And here we have a bunch of different categories. We can go between male and female. And we can adjust the face to whatever values we want it to be. So in this instance, I can change this to reflect whatever my character should look like. So I'm going to go with that. We can change the skin as well, as you can see here. And we also have the mix of these values as well. By default, they're set to 0.5, so we can see the values of everything else. But we also have the ability to change the different facial features. This is native to GTA 5, but we've added an interface for it as well. So we can do all sorts of different things here to get that look that you're looking for. And here we can set the hair and everything else as well. And it has proper support for the tattoo overlays that come with each hair. So when I change the color, everything else as well, the values down below actually are reflected. Like it looks proper. So when you have something with like a shaved head, it actually looks like it's supposed to look. So anyway, so let's go ahead and just grab a haircut here. We'll go with something like that. And we have all the facial hair and everything else as well. It's not really gender locked because who knows, somebody might want to pursue something like that. And as for the eyes, you can change the eyes as well. Eyebrows and all that stuff can be changed as well. But we basically have full support for character customization all the way down to every detail that GTA 5 offers, which is something that we've been striving for. So in that regard, that kind of covers the basics of the character creation. So let's go ahead and save changes. And the next thing we're going to be greeted with is a big list of names. This is going to be used to enforce roleplay names on a server. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to pick two names, a first name and a last, and we'll go from there. So we're going to use cat. And then let's just scroll down and we'll do Poe. Set roleplay name. So now that is my name, and we have now spawned into the server. And as you can see on the left, we have that. So we have our regular commands where you do /me, you can describe elements. There's all sorts of different things that you can do as far as like roleplay support. But one of the biggest features that we have is the context menu. So when you press tab, you can interact with pretty much anything in the server. Some things are scripted and some things are not. For this instance, I can click on myself and I can see an animation menu. So as we pursue the different things on the server, we're going to go ahead and head over to this vehicle place over here. We're going to pick up a bike. So over here there should be a point somewhere where you can stand and you can begin browsing for vehicles. So this is how a majority of the dealerships work. We can browse the different vehicles that are available to us, and we can pick which one we want. I'm going to take the Tri-Bike 3 and make a purchase. It'll automatically teleport me somewhere with the vehicle, and it is now it now belongs to me. So if I press I can go to my keys, and I can see that I have a Tri-Bike that I can locate, sell, or destroy. I also have a bunch of various tools in here, so if I equip a pickaxe, it actually shows in game. And I can unequip it by going to my profile section here and unequipping that, as well as the various other things such as like shoes and shirt and all that other good stuff. So we have full support for clothing and items, various other things. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go, since we're kind of out of some money now, let's go over here to a ATM that we can kind of see on the map there. Let's go find that ATM. So it looks like it's right here. Just gonna hop off the bike here, and let's grab a bit of money from the bank. So we'll withdraw that. There we go. Press escape to leave. Hop on the bike, and we're gonna go head over to the clothing shop. So let's get an outfit for ourselves. So we're gonna head over in that direction and finish customizing our character here by buying some clothes. Everybody has a standard outfit to begin with. It's basically considered the newbie outfit. But there are lots of other things that we can do. Oop. So once we get over here to our clothing shop, we can hop inside. Determine a location where we want to stand. I'm going to go over here where there's a little more light, or the light's a little more even, and I'm going to press E. So now I have full access to a menu that's actually pretty similar to the character customization one, but the only difference is it now acts as a clothing menu. So we can go through and we can browse through whichever clothing items we want to equip. So there's no way to match torsos, so players will be responsible for matching their clothing in effective ways. So we're going to go ahead and buy a few things. So let's go ahead and get some Christmas sweater action going. And we want to make sure that the arms are not bleeding through the back, so it looks good. So we're going to go ahead and add that to our basket. And the next thing we're going to do pants. So let's go ahead and minimize this. Alright, so let's go ahead and just grab these motorcycle pants here, add to basket, minimize, shoes. We're going to scroll down a little bit to see that a little better. Let's see here. Yeah, probably something like that would be fine. So let's go ahead and check the textures. Ooh, there we go, we can get something dirty, add to basket, okay. And you know, we have all the support for the various things that are here, including masks as well. So if we want like a... Let's see... Maybe something like that. We'll go ahead and add that to our basket. So we have all of our clothes set up here. We can just do purchase all. So now all of those items are now inside of my inventory, and I can equip them however I like. So use, 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 and use. And if you didn't notice, there was a filter option to rename the items as well, which helps with like organization and figuring out what items do what. But I'm going to go ahead and remove my old items, and I'm actually going to take off the mask there. So now I have my equipment and my clothing, and it's looking pretty good. So in order to show some of the other features on the server, we're going to actually have to get into a few different places and do a few little admin commands to kind of show what's going on. So one of the first things we can do is we can go down here to get a driver's license. This is important for any kind of job that has to do with driving. So for instance, if you want to be a taxi driver, it will require you to have a license. So we're going to head over here and begin the process of getting our driver's license. So it's actually just a big job system that works fluently with like across all the different jobs. So we follow the instructions that are in the top left, and it's going to say quite a few different things. So this one wants me to stop. And then on the bottom we should see a point where it's saying, or a little progress bar that'll help show how much we've progressed for the specific objective that we're completing. Alright. So this one says make a left-hand turn. It's going to say drive down the road. And then it's going to be like slow down on the upcoming point and make a right turn. Okay. So we're going to follow this all the way through into the back of the lot. So once we're in the position that we need to be in, it'll progress. And it'll give us our next instructions. Back up into the space behind you and wait. So we're going to do that. Perfect. Make a left-hand turn. Make your way out of the lot. Stop and yield before driving out. So we're going to stop here. We're going to wait for a little progress to go through. Alright. And then we're going to drive down the road. Make a right-hand turn at the next point. Okay, we've done that. We'll make a left-hand turn. And at the very end here, it wants us to pull in. We'll wait just a moment. And there we go. Our job is now complete, and a driver's license has been added to our inventory, which is perfect. So, the weird thing is, there's a little issue with that when you use it, but eventually we will have this display the driver's license properly. But in that regard, we have the driver's license set up, and now we can use that driver's license to access jobs such as like a taxi job where we pick up players, which can be found here. So the way that these little cache icons work, you'll notice that some have red and some have white. So, for instance, this one over here is red. So this has to do with obtaining illegal items. Same with this one over here. So we're actually going to go check this one out. We're going to do a quick teleport over there. Alright, so we're going to head up over here. It should be right here. Alright, so we can begin collecting items for a drug refinery, or drugs in general. So we actually get little mini games, and in the top left, as usual, it says some instructions. It says grab 5 leaves. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on these leaves until we have 5, and we have now added unrefined Kevlarium into our inventory. So we have a max inventory of 28 slots, so if we want to, we can fill out the inventory by completing these little mini games and gathering items. And this actually gives us experience for our skills as well. So you'll notice we have agility here, which is nearly leveled, and we also have gathering that we've been starting to level as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other ones. So let's go look at mining, perchance, or for instance. So we're going to head over here, do a little teleport, and here we are. So, and as you can see, we're actually going to be getting some rain because we have the weather system that decides what weather is going to be used in a 4x4 region. So we'll have different weather in different regions. So we're going to go ahead and use the pickaxe. We're going to head on over here. And we're going to head on over to the first point, and we're going to begin mining for some unrefined metal. So as you can see here, a little progress bar on the bottom. And we get unrefined metal each time that we work in the quarry over here. So all the things, all the icons that are white give generally, they do not give any form of nobility or notoriety, which are two different skills. Nobility is good and notoriety is bad. So the more bad things you do, the more access to bad things that you get. For instance, like making a gang. But we're going to head over here and do a little trucking as well, so we can show how some of that notoriety works. So one of the things that's required for working this job specifically is we need a truck to do this. So you can purchase a truck from one of the various shops, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually probably this one or this one down here. It's one of these two that allow you to, yeah, it's this one actually. It's the commercial dealership. That'll let you buy a truck. So what we're going to do is just give ourselves a vehicle with admin commands. So we give ourselves a packer. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up in the right place before we go ahead and take this job that's over here. So I'm going to put this right here. And we'll set that up for our trailer. Alright. So let's head on back over here real quick. And we'll go ahead and set that up. So it's going to require us to go to some points. For instance, I've set it up here. We're going to go ahead and pick up that trailer. It looks like we only have half a tank on this truck, so we will probably get gas on the way to our destination. So I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions in the top left as usual, based on the points. And we're going to follow that and complete each one along the way. So we're going to go ahead and follow our little waypoint here, and we'll eventually reach our destination. Oh, no, it looks like there's a little stand up here. So we're actually going to stop for a second. And we're going to grab a few things. So we're going to go ahead and grab some, let's see, we're going to get some sugar. And we're going to need salt. We're going to probably need some wheat as well. And I'm going to actually buy a little bit of extra for each one of these. Just for the sake of... Alright. So we got our items. So when we find a cooking source, or when we go fishing, we can craft those items into food, because as you can see my health is a little low over there on the left, so we'll go ahead and hopefully find a barbecue or a campfire or something to do some cooking. They're mostly along the beaches, so we'll have to do some exploring over there to find one. But we'll go ahead and follow this all the way through with my beautiful driving. Alright. So I think we can actually make it into downtown with the fuel that we have. So I think I'm going to skip out on... we'll go ahead and grab some fuel just in case. So we'll head on through here. Alright. And looks like I overshot that. That's okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and right click the pump, right click the vehicle. There we go. Now it's filling up. And if we want, we can head over here. There's a little ATM and a few soda machines. I'm actually going to grab a soda. There we go. You can go inside and access the general store if we would like. So as you can see, we have like a gas can in here, a medical kit, some rope. I'm gonna get well, I don't have enough for a phone right now, but got everything in there. You can also get some coffee machines as well, or coffee, which increases your agility. But anyway, we'll hop in the truck here because we're ready to go. And there's an ammunition across the way, but it's only accessible to gang members, so we're definitely not in a gang, so we'll probably just leave that behind. So our destination is going to be the... It's like a refinery. It's hard to say what it is exactly. It's where they melt down a bunch of metal. But that's going to be our destination for this haul, because that's what we're doing here. And we'll receive a handful of, I think it's either refined metal or unrefined metal. Either way, we'll use it. I think it's unrefined, actually. But anyway. So we're going to go ahead and head this way. Oop. We're good. Alright. So we're going to be coming up on our destination here in the next 10 seconds. Alright, start slowing down. We'll head on in here. And we got to go ahead and finish off by backing our trailer into this. Or somewhat backing it in there. Alright, so now we have, let's see, it's a nobility of level 2. So let's see, we have mining 3 and nobility 2 just for doing our delivery here. So let's go ahead and hop out of the truck here. And we're going to go ahead inside because we have a very specific way we can work with our unrefined metal. So we're going to equip our hammer. And we're going to head inside. So inside of here, there is another point that we can access, and we can begin the refinery process. So we take our unrefined metal. I'm going to go ahead and load it into here. And then we're going to begin doing some work so we can get some refined metal from in here. Alright, got refined metal was added to the inventory. Gotta go ahead and do that here as well. And we'll go ahead and use the last point over here. We just got $40 from the paycheck. Alright, looks like we got some refined metal. And we can repeat this process as long as we have unrefined metal in our inventory. But let's go ahead and look at some other some of the other things that exist. So we're going to go ahead and leave our truck here, unequip our hammer, and let's go ahead and take a look at some of the cooking processes. So one of the areas I know there's a fire, there is a campfire, I believe here, and there's also a campfire over here. But they're also all along the shore, so you just have to look for them. But we're gonna head to this one over here. All right, so here's our campfire here, and if we actually right-click it, it'll give us the cooking menu. And as you can see, we can craft bread. So we're going to craft bread. So we just got some experience for cooking and a little bit more for crafting. And now we have bread in our inventory. And we can consume it to gain a little bit of health. It only gives us 1, but it's better than nothing. So what we can do at the shores is we can go ahead and equip our fishing rod. And it's going to give us the option to fish here in a moment. Except maybe we need to be a little bit closer to the water. Let's try again. Use that. There we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cast our line. And then we're going to wait. These times for catching fish are actually randomly generated. So they're based on a seed that exists inside of a turf. So different areas of the map may actually let you catch fish at a faster rate than than the area we're at now. But I'm going to go ahead and type the letters that are on screen, and we just caught some raw shrimp. Even though you don't really catch them with a fishing rod, the point is there that you can catch fish. And the higher level your fishing is, you can actually catch better fish. So we can actually demonstrate that by doing set XP, fishing, and I'm going to set that to like 13 million, which is 99. And we're going to catch the fish, and we just got some raw tuna. So we have various types of fish that can be caught from the oceans and the lakes. And there's a little mini game built into it as well. But we're going to wait to catch one more fish, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the options for cooking fish as well. There we go. So we're going to do beat, and it looks like we got a raw sardine. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and quit our job here. And we're going to unequip our fishing rod. Beautiful. Alright. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And it looks like it's not populating with our newly found fish items. I probably just discovered a bug. But that's okay. We can use the fish to make fish and chips, which is a level 35 cooking item. So if we head on over here, I believe... Yep, we can access the vegetable stand here, and we can get some potatoes. So we're going to need 3 of them and at least 1 raw fish to make fish and chips. So let's head back over to the cooking source. Oh, that didn't go too well. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. So let's try crafting some fish and chips after we set our cooking to a relatively high level. So 13 million. Alright. Craft that. Alright, now we have some fish and chips in our inventory, which is right here. And we can eat it, and we got 11 health for crafting that. Excellent. So, now that we have that, what else can we look at? We can look at some of the agility training areas. There is a dirt bike course there. There's some mountain bike courses up here. We have a gondola. We have an agility track over here. You can go swimming down here. Oh no, this is for it's like a dirt buggy. And we also have access to the swimming one there. And there's going to be various activities that you and your friends can do. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at, well, hopefully we're going to take a look at this one. Granted, we don't fall through the floor again. Actually, it might be too high. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the, let's do one of these courses. All right. So we're gonna follow the course down, and it's going to tell us where to go and pretty much how to ride it all the way down. And we get agility experience for performing this. So this is one of the faster ways you can train your agility in the server. And agility lets you run for longer periods of time as well, so it's going to be really important for you know, running for longer periods of time and getting between the areas you need to go to, and, you know, potentially outrunning, you know, police officers and things like that as well. So we do have like a ton of different things that you can kind of do on the server already. And a lot of the features are already built in, like as you can see with the inventory and the objects in the context menu and the skills. The only thing that we're currently missing is just a little bit of more job progression, and we'll be ready to go with the release of the server. So, I mean, we even have police officer jobs and things like that, and some of the last things we need to do are just implement like EMS and reviving for, you know, through EMS and all that sort of stuff as well. But we definitely have plenty of things already complete here. But in that regard, I mean, we can go all the way down and follow the track all the way down if we want, but we're not going to do that. So this is what altv life is going to offer. I mean, there's plenty of things that you can do. There's plenty of features that are already built in. It's now only a matter of world building at this point. And jobs are already extremely easy to add, and it's only going to become much easier in due time. So, take a look at the little tattoo shop that we got going on over here. So these also function as well. So when we're inside of here, I'll do a quick job. And we can now open up our little tattoo panel here, and we can add whatever tattoos we want to add, which is pretty great. So anyway, so that's what we got going on with that. So as you can see, tattoos. So that's some of the major features that we have on the server right now, and the gang panel as well, which we're not notoriety of 25 plus to make one, but I can show you that as well. Notoriety. Let's do, I think about 40,000 XP is what you need. So let's go ahead and open the panel. There we go. So here's our gang. We'll eventually have upgrades for each individual gang. You can already invite members by right-clicking them, as long as you are a ranking member that can invite, and I can change my rank names here as well. So the current name is Shot Caller, and if I want to be the lead, then my rank is now the lead. And we can also disband the gang here by typing the exact name of it, and we can also change the ownership and the gang name at any time. But in that regard, this has been a brief overview of everything altv life is going to be offering. So, hope you enjoyed this.